You've learned how now to time that. You've learned how to understand if these kind of things are discussed, we're going to see this. And if they're not discussed, then we're going to see maybe this. Hello, Gemini. This is Don with Zodiac Tarot, and this is your weekly reading for your finances and investing. Let's see what Spirit Universe has in store for you to help you keep your money and maybe make some more. Here we go. First card out is your energy. I'm loving it. It's that King of Cups. I love the King of Cups energy because it's all about change, and he rides the wave. He is riding the wave. He's okay with change. He's not afraid of it. And he doesn't have an issue with it. He'll just figure out how to use it to his advantage. I'm loving it. The energy around you and your environment this week is going to be the Two of Cups. Man, that's an interesting energy to have, because what that kind of, again, this is cup energy. There's lots of water here. There's lots of change, lots of fluidity. This is going to be a very fluid week. So I'd be paying attention very much to every aspect of my finances, and every decision I make, I would be looking at it 2 and 3 times and be watching it every minute of the day. The next card out is the Six of Wands, then followed by I'm talking about the change. There is a change, a Tower card. I'm not surprised. And then a Three of Cups. But you know what? It's going to end well for you, because that Three of Cups is a party card. And a party card is a celebration card. So let's start over here again. This is an alignment card, and this is aligning with, it's like your wants, wishes, and desires are aligning with what the universe is bringing forward for you. And that's coming via a change, a big change, but a change that you didn't initiate, a change you wanted, a change that you were hoping for. But it wasn't a change that you created. And so ride the wave, even though it wasn't you who created that wonderful excitement, okay? You are the king here. You are the King of Cups. So you're happy already, and this is going to be a very happy week for you. But again, the King of Cups is sitting on the water, and he is going with the flow, So he is happy with the change. He wanted a change. He needed change, and so change came his way, and therefore that's the energy for you. So what I would suggest this week is I would be watching out for the changes that are coming in the marketplace, the changes that are coming with the investments, the changes coming with strategies. What this seems to be, again, and you're rising to the top, so don't worry. You're going to rise above this and to the top, to the point where you're going to make some money on this, big time money on this. What I'm getting here is that the market is shifting, okay? I think what I'm picking up here is you have figured out how to I wouldn't say how to foretell the shift in market, but how to understand under the new market conditions, and of leaders just saying stuff and then wind up driving the market crazy. You've learned how now to time that. You've learned how to understand if these kind of things are discussed, we're going to see this. And if they're not discussed, then we're going to see maybe this. And if we're talking about one country, maybe there's more of this, kind of that up and down. Or if there's other countries, maybe it's just a blip and nothing more. Knowing that there's going to be forward progress. If anything, we're already back to zero. We set ourselves, there was no celebration here, no major deal. What it was is we're back to zero, which is where we started, but we lost quite a bit in that period, especially if you're commodities. If you're looking at commodities, I would be avoiding beef, because the problem is that while we had this little blip in tariff conversation, the U.S. said no to China, and China then went to Australia, and Australia picked up the 1.6 million pounds or whatever it is, or of tons of beef contracts. So now Australia will give those to China, and we will miss out. So if I were looking at beef here, maybe you could say beef is going to go up in value. But why? Because we're going to have a glut of beef, because there's not going to be the sale to China that was going to happen. And that's not coming back. If you were looking at soybeans, I'd be worried about those too, because right now, when we cut off our deal and we raised the tariff and we cut off China. China took that 36 metric tons of soybean from Brazil. And so now it has contracts with Brazil. So it has beef contracts with Australia, soy with Brazil, and corn from, I forget which country it is. It has given them corn because, again, we wanted to play games with tariffs. So if you're looking at the commodities market, I would be out of the commodities market, or I would be shorting the commodities market. I'd be getting contracts that are showing the value not so much, because the problem is that since those contracts cannot be fulfilled, we're going to have a glut of it in our country. What are we going to do? Throw it into the bins? We're going to put it, bury it back in the yards and in the fields. Maybe that's going to have to be the case, buried under, or the government buys it and donates it. The point is that commodities are not where you should be right now. If you're looking at lumber is going to be a problem. The price of lumber will go up, because, again, there's still some trade war issues there and some barriers. So I would be, if I'm looking at commodities, look at lumber. Lumber's where the number is, but the rest of them, not so much. And remember, we do not mine certain minerals, and those minerals are going to be more expensive to us now because of tariffs. So with that said, let's get back to this, because this is, again, looking at how is this, again, the market. You've changed. The market blew up. You learned how to, again, it was out of your control. And now that you've figured out how to play that market change and that market crises, and because there are more than one, you're going to be celebrating. So this is a week of understanding that. Look at this. There's the King of Swords. You got this down. You figured, like I said, you figured it out. You got it set forward. So now you just put a process in place and you are fine with that. And there's that Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups says, hey, we're going to celebrate. This is going to be worth celebrating. This is a good time. You're moving into an amazing week energy that's going to last for a little while. This is not going to be just for 1 week. So enjoy that. Make sure you're balanced. Again, let me give you that outside of the glare, and that's the Six of Pentacles. But make sure that you're staying balanced and reasonable with your choices. Make sure you're doing all of the research. Make sure you're not shortcutting something before you make a shift or make a move into one thing or out of another, okay? Because, again, staying balanced is the key. And look at this. Keep learning, keep growing. And this has been a learning experience. Again, you rose to the top. You had some issues initially. You had to find some change. You instituted the changes. You rose to the top and you made money. Now you're making money through this. And as you make that money, again, the changes will come and go, but you'll keep balanced. You'll stay balanced as they have highs and lows. You'll stay balanced and celebrate. And again, keep learning. Don't let it stop. This is going to be a process for a period of time, still more. So make sure you continue to walk that path and make that money. There's money to be made for a while. There's the King of Abundance. And so if that's you, you're going to be sitting there high and happy. Look at this. That's the High Priestess. That's new fertile energy, new fertile money, new fertile investing. Also, I would look at the number 88. I would look and see why the universe has dealt me an 88, because 88 is a key number for you. So when you're done here, go to Google and type in angel number 88 and find out what that is. But this is a great reading. Let's get into the market. Let's find something new and exciting. And now that we understand how the market moves and what are the triggers, we will do far better. We will do far better than we may have anticipated. With that said, I will let you go. Please help me grow my channel. I'm the only guy on the net doing the tarot for financial and investment advice. And folks need to hear this. This is a time where they need to protect their money severely. And I'm willing to help them any way I can in that sense. So again, hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons. Help me grow my channel and get the word out. With that said, love, light, and blessings from me and my family here at Sonoran Mystic Tarot to you and to yours. Until next week, have a great one. Bye-bye.